Today we are going to see material master in SAP MM. So what we'll do, we'll directly log into system. First we'll create one sample material. So I need to log in again. So to create the material master, the T code is MM01. So when you enter the transaction code, you will get this screen. So here you will be allowed to enter material number, so industry sector, material type, change number and copy from. These are the optional things, but these three, material, industry sector and material types, are mandatory things. So here you can see there are many industry sectors. Industry sector is it's a one keyword, it has only one keyword for definition. This is the description. So retail, aerospace, defense, service provider. So these are the industry sectors. So for us, whatever the industry sector applicable, we need to select that industry sector. So when you configure for your plant, generally it will be display only, it will display only whatever the industry sectors you have defined for your plant, I mean to say your project. So here I am selecting material, mechanical engineering, say industry sector and material type. Now material types also you can see here, there are many material types. So SAP system will give some predefined material types. So it is a four word keyword. Keyword has 4 digits in this. So here you can see, so we have coupon, services, documentary, batches, equipment and so on. So semi-finished, trading goods, manufacturing parts, there are many. So in standard system they have given some predefined material types. So as of now I am selecting raw material. See, RH is a raw material. So material number it will take automatically, or sometimes we need to enter manually also, depending upon the configurations we do in material type. This number range, so suppose this number will depend on the type of material type we are using. So when we come to go to configurations, we will discuss about all those things. For as of now I am creating one material. So you can see I am selecting mechanical engineering as industry sector, material type as RH. So next screen you will get whatever the views you are going to maintain. So there are many views, it will depend on the type of material you are selecting and industry sector. So depending upon this industry sector and type of material, these views will differ. So for now you can see for raw material. So these are the, I am selecting these views. So basic data 1, basic data 2, purchasing, MRP related and general related, general plant data, accounting and costing. So timing, you just follow this thing. So next you need to enter, next screen it will show organization level. So where here you are entering your plant and storage location. So for my structure I am using this plant and storage location 0001. So here you can see, if I cancel this thing I will come back again. So you can directly select views here and organization levels here. So same thing, it will prompt automatically if you keep on entering. Okay, Next, this is the individual views. Now we are in basic data 1 view. So here you can see material number 36 is automatically assigned to this master record. So we need to enter the description. I am entering description as material 0001. So each view will contain different fields. It will store different fields in this. So in general data we have this base unit of measure. So you can see these are the predefined. This we can configure in backend. So no need to worry. As of now, select anyone. So I am selecting each as an unit of measure. So material group also. So these are the material groups already defined. So I am selecting metal processing. So this general data you need to go through this thing in field wise. You will get to know what are the data. These are the just general data related to that material that will be maintained. Basic data 1 and basic data 2. So here we don't have any mandatory fields. One more thing, when we come to this, whichever the data we have, see, this is a required field. This tick mark will come. No? These fields are mandatory. You cannot keep it blank. So it will not allow further actions on the screen. So we need to maintain these things without well. So these configurations also we will do in back end. So which are the fields mandatory and which are the fields optional, which are the fields we can hide. So in some of the fields we are not allowed to enter any data, so some of the fields are locked actually. So all those configurations we will do in backend. So just keep on noting whatever the configurations I am telling you will do in backend. So you just keep on noting it down. So as of now I will maintain one note here. So field selection, field status we will call field status. Material number, as I told you, this number will be depend on the configuration, it will come here. So we need to do it in background in So one thing is this material number and which are the fields mandatory and which are the field optional. So now we will go to basic data 2. So you can see here whichever the views we have selected, it will allow only for that things. If you need additional, if you want to maintain additional screens, you can maintain that also by clicking on particular views. Purchasing, this purchasing screen is mainly related to material management. So here you should focus on all the fields and values, what are the things which will come under this view. We need to be more focused on these things. So here the purchasing group is a mandatory field. So purchasing group is nothing but the person responsible for purchasing this material. So here we have some predefined, I mean to say configured, we already configured these things. So you need to, I am selecting this one. So we need to configure purchasing group also. Purchase group we need to configure. Purchase group, material group, these are the, just I am coming in reverse order actually. So we will understand whatever the things, this all the things, in fact we need to configure all the things in background also, all the order unit. For order units, these are the configured actually, these order units are configured. You need to configure this in the background. Base unit of measure also, you need to, if you want to maintain your own base unit of measure, you can maintain it in configurations. I will show once we will go to configuration thing. Purchasing value key also, purchasing values, this purchasing value key is nothing but reminders. So this also we have to configure in backend. So now, as of now, I am selecting purchasing value key 1. So you can see when I enter, it will take the values, whatever the values we have maintained in configurations, it will come here actually. So purchasing value key, also we need to configure. Purchasing value key, and these things, other data related to manufacturing, GR processing time. So how many days it will take to process the GR, we will enter this thing here. So once you enter the other view, you cannot move without entering the mandatory field. So just I am entering this mandatory field. So this planning and all this mainly related to production planning module. So see, it will load now. Here order GR processing time will there. You can enter the GR processing time. So this post to inspection stock, whenever you have quality management module active, so you will use this checkbox. So whenever you receive the material from vendor, whenever you do the GR, it will post the stock to quality inspection stock and source list. If you check this checkbox for this material, the source list will become mandatory. Without source list, you cannot purchase this material. So this, all those things we will cover once we go to whenever as we progress, we will come to know all the details about these fields. So as of now, I am not using any of the things. So quota arrangement usage. So this all the things will come whenever we finish off all the main thing you need to know is, just at the first round you need to just focus on mandatory things, then you will focus on finishing the module as soon as possible. For in first round, you are anyhow you are not going to understand all the concepts. So whenever you finish, then entire module you will come to know what are the importance of these fields and all those things. If I keep on explaining these things now, you don't understand this anything. So these topics will come in future actually. So then you will come back here and you will see, you will then understand. So as of now, I am just informing you about what are the major things. See, this JIT schedule indicator will be used for planning related thing. So for us, major screen is this one, purchasing screen. You need to focus on this screen majorly. So if you take this batch management, if you are using batch management will become mandatory for this material. Yeah, this order unit valid from valid to. So auto PO, this checkbox we will be using in creating POs automatically. From PR to PO, whenever we need to convert PR to PO automatically, we have one scenario there we will use auto PO scenario. So there we will use this auto PO check mark. So we will come to know there. So as of now, you just keep in mind whatever the things I am explaining here. So purchasing field, then comes we have MRP 1, 2, 3, 4. This views stores values data related to planning. So if material is procured internally or externally, depending upon that, so all the planning data will be stored. So here just for your understanding, I will explain some of the things. So MRP procedure. So there are many types will be there. So you will come to know in detail later on this thing. So lot size, maximum lot size, fixed lot size. So ordering costs, assembly scrap percentage. So these are the things mainly concerned in material. You can procure material. So planned delivery time. Okay. If you can procure material with planning or without planning also. So some of the materials we are using planning. We'll plan the material procurement, and according to that we'll use MRP type. So some of the material we don't need any planning data as such. So you are using only for one time. So one time you are only procuring one type, seeing one material. It will not be used in future. So in that case, we will go for material without planning data. So procurement type, it will be there. Procurement type, that is whether it E means in-house production, F means external procurement and no procurement. So X means both procurement types are allowed. In some cases, what will happen? The material you are producing in-house, it will also be procured from external vendor. In that case, you will use both procurement types allowed for this. So E will use for only what are the components we are producing in-house. For that, we will use indicator E. So when we solely procure material from external vendor, we are not producing that material. In that case, we will use indicator F. So here you can see it's F was activated actually. You can, by the type of material, you can say which are the material we will produce, and which are the material we will. Almost raw materials are procured from external vendor. So we will procure raw material and make it convert to finished goods and sell it. So material type ROH, in many cases it will be of procurement type F. So you can see just in time delivery schedule, quota arrangement usage, special procurement. So you can see here. So consignment, subcontracting, stock transfer, all the things, whatever the special procurements are there, we'll see in future actually. So just I am making you familiar with these screens. Just no need to worry in case you are not understanding this thing. Later we'll do will come to know. Just I am focusing on what are the things we will cover, whatever the things will be there in material master. So these MRP views are major concern for PP and MM persons. In fact, for both of us, both PP and MM consultants. So if it is in-house material, in-house production material, PP people will focus more. If it's external procurement procured material, so MM consultants are responsible for that. Yeah, then we'll move to next screen, MRP3. So this all the planning related data will be saved in MRP screens. You can see these are the mainly repetitive manufacturing, assembly or deployment strategy. These all the things are related to material production planning. Okay. So we will discuss it in later. So it is not our concern. Then also when we will go to MRP for MRP in MRP for MM consultant, then we will discuss all these fields in details. So just I am making you familiar about this. Whatever the contents will be there in each view. Plant data. So as name indicates, you can see the data related to plant. See here the plant is there, storage location is there. Okay, general data, storage bins, these are the things. Storage conditions, actually temperature conditions, container requirement, physical inventory indicator, label type, unit of issue, base unit of measure. Suppose measurement unit is different and unit of issue is different. Suppose whenever you procure the material, you will buy it in pieces, that is for each piece you are maintaining a data for procurement. So whenever it comes to issuing unit, whenever you going to issue material from your storage location for internal production, so you may use some other unit of measure, like so you may be giving in bins. Okay, and standard bin will be there in that this component of 100 piece it will occupy. So unit of issue is different. So picking area, storage conditions, this all these things will mainly related to storage location and warehouse management for warehouse related data. So these things are mainly comes under the plant and storage location data. So shelf life data, suppose maximum some of the materials will be having shelf life. So for that maximum storage period, what is the maximum storage period? So time unit, what is the unit in days, or can see minutes, hours. So you can these things you can maintain here. So minimum remaining shelf life. So you will enter these things, total shelf life of the period, rounding of shelf life expiry date. SLED means shelf life expiry date. Period indicator for shelf life expiry date. D means days. Storage percentage. These are the main data related to plant and storage location. So you will maintain this data in plant and storage location view. So next we will move to plant data storage location 2. So we have two views for this thing. So here you are maintaining weight or value related. Suppose weight or volume. Some materials will be having weight. You can understand. Suppose you are procuring raw material. Suppose steel sheet. Suppose MS steel sheet. So for that you will maintain these things. Gross weight, unit. So suppose gross weight 1 kg per square feet, something like that per yeah. Yeah, gross weight you will, and then weight unit, suppose 1 kg 1 grams, so you will maintain this thing. Net weight, volume, suppose volume details will come whenever you are measuring liquid material. So tank, it will be there, container there, what is the volume, what is the unit, so you will maintain the dimensions, all those things. Here you will general plant parameters. So here one more thing I want to explain you. This is the plant, these are the views. Here you can see plant data storage location 1 view, storage location 2, these are the views. So these views will be having sub views, sub screen you can say. This is the main screen, these are the sub screen. So volume or weight is the one sub screen. General plant parameters, these are the another sub screen. Under this sub screen we will be having different fields. Okay, so in customization we can configure all those things. So whatever the sub screens you want, so whatever the sub screens you don't want to use, or you want to hide this, suppose you don't want to use this sub screen weight or volume, so you can hide this sub screen entirely. So you will see whenever you open after configuration, once you hide this thing, you will only see this general plant parameter. So all the configurations will be doing in back end. So this is related to plant data view, plant data and storage data view. So next it will come accounting. So whenever, as name indicates, accounting views, mainly it will contain the price related data. So here we will work with FICO consultant. This is the responsibility of MM and FI consultant. Whatever the data applicable to MM people, they will maintain those things, and whatever the data relevant to FI people, they will maintain those things, and combine both combinedly they will maintain some of the data. So we will discuss those things in MM FI integration. As of now you can just have a look at this. So as accounting view comes, you can see here which is the currency, valuation category means this we will see some of the materials. Valuation category, when we use valuation category to differentiate same material procured from, suppose depending upon the location, whenever we procure material from different locations, sometimes what will happen, the value of the material will change depending upon the cost. Suppose if you are procuring, if your plant in Bangalore, you have some vendor in Bangalore and some vendors in other states, consider Gujarat. So you, whatever the material you are procuring from Gujarat, it will be having obviously some high cost compared to this Bangalore vendor, but the material will be same. So in that case we'll use valuation category. So depending upon the location, we will evaluate materials differently. This is a major concept we'll discuss in whenever we go to valuation and account assignment. There we will discuss these valuation things. So one thing is, depending upon the valuation class, depending upon the area, suppose we are procuring, depending on the procurement location, we can differentiate. Sometimes same material you will be procuring from external vendor and you yourself manufacturing that material in your plant. In that case what will happen, your rate whichever you are procuring from vendor, it will be higher than the rate you are producing in-house. So this is the obvious thing. So in that case, the price of the same component, suppose this now we are creating material, this 001 material, right? For this material only we will arrive a situation where we need to maintain different prices. So this valuation class will come. So as of now you don't understand this valuation class. If I explain here, to understand, to give an brief explanation about this thing. So sometimes this is purely FI concept, so you may not understand, but I will try. So you want to enter this entries, accounting entries related to raw material separately and finished goods separately. So for accounting purpose, profit and loss analysis purpose, we'll assign valuation class for each material type. It may not be material type. So for as of now I am considering this material type as an example. So whatever the material, whatever the vendor, whatever the materials which falls under material type ROH. So now it is 36 material is 1. So like that in ROH there may be suppose thousands of ROH material will be there. So all the ROH material there is one GL account. To hit one GL account we will assign this valuation class. So you can see for raw material there is one valuation class. Now I am taking 3000. So this is one valuation class thing. Price control will come. Price control also, it is an important topic in material management. So how the price will how you will decide the price of a material. So some of the material the price will be fixed throughout the year, or some long period the price will be, there will be no variation in price. Okay, in some of the case what will happen, raw material price may vary. I mean to say, in some material price will vary on daily basis, monthly basis. So in that case what we will do, we have two scenarios, standard price and moving average price. So price control, to indicate this price, standard price and moving price, we have price control indicators. So for standard price yes, and moving average price we have indicator V. So in our case it is a raw material, price may vary. So what we will maintain moving average price. So this is also one major concept. As of now, if you don't understand, not to worry. So when we go to price control and valuation and price control, there we will discuss all these things in detail. So as of now you consider, depending upon the type of price, type of material, price may vary or it will be standard. Suppose I will give one more example. This is for moving average price. For standard price you can say, some biscuit, I am taking example of Parle-G. So the final biscuit packet price is almost constant for many years. Like Parle-G, if you say 5 rupees is a fixed price, so it will not change frequently. So that type of price, for that type of material, that is a finished good. So for that we will use standard price. So most of the times we will maintain standard price for finished goods. These things, valuation class, moving price, this price indicator, moving price or standard price. If you maintain control indicator V, that is moving price, you will be allowed to enter only moving price. not standard price. Price unit also you will maintain per unit. So this price is this 20 rupees is per unit, per piece, or 10, suppose per piece or for 10 piece you will maintain here. So as of now we are creating material. This material stock is not there in our store location. So this total stock is 0 and total value is 0. So you may not be understanding as of now, but future we will going to understand. So I will move to next screen. Accounting view 2. Tax and all those things, this related to FI people. So LIFO, FIFO. LIFO means last in first out, FIFO means first in first out. So these are the things it is not relevant to us, so we will not discuss about this thing. So whenever we will arrive, in future we may get the situation, there I can explain you. This costing is also how we will going to cost the material. So costing related data will be saved here. So costing it will come under PP actually. So depending upon the production cost and all those things, I mean to say they will consider all the cost elements such as manpower cost, machine cost, electricity cost, all those things. Considering all those things for that particular manufacturing of that particular material, they will come to a cost of a material. Cost indicates what is the cost you are occurring, what is the cost it will be cost needed to produce that material. So that will be stored here. Costing related data will be stored here. So this is the last screen. Whenever you hit the last screen, this screen will create the material. See here you can see material 36 is created. So now we have seen how the material master really looks and what are the major fields and major screens in material master. So one more thing I will show you. So depending upon the material type and industry sector, the fields will vary, as I said. So now it is a raw material. I will take one more material. Suppose consider packaging material. So it is also major things will be there. To show the difference, what will be the difference? RTP material I will select LEIH. See, returnable packaging material. So this is one of the major material type. So this, see here you can see for leach, that is returnable packaging material. This is the material type. So you can see this error, internal number assignment is not possible for material type returnable packaging. So for material, in material type configuration for this material type LEIH, there they assigned external number requirement, so it will not generate internal number range. So you need to give material number manually. So I am giving material number as, so material number, so material number in previous case it was a numeric value, that is material 36 is a numeric. The material number may be numeric or alphanumeric, so there is no restrictions to use, it will depend on the customer requirement. So whatever that their requirement they will suggest. Suppose for LEIH I will use my own numbering scheme. So LEIH 01, so it is not maintained actually. I can use this material number. See, you can see basic data. See, same RTP material, I will give RTP material. This basic data is same almost all. So depending upon this, you can select the material type. Material type depend, if it is defined, okay. If it is not defined, you need to define material type for this also, material group also. As of now, I will consider so if you select anything it will work, but in real time you should select, they will select proper material group, you say. Suppose gases I will select. See, sales view only we have general data, you cannot see any other data in sales view. In previous case what was, there are many data in sales actually. So RTP material cannot be sold actually. RTP material type itself indicates it is a returnable material. For example, to understand this material type, you can consider a gas cylinder as a material type, that is a returnable material. So you will be ordering only gas, okay. So whenever you order the gas, you will use the gas until it will empty, then you will return the gas cylinder to them, empty cylinder to them. So that empty cylinder is nothing but a returnable material. So like cylinder, there may be some fixtures will be there, pallets will be there, to transport some containers will be there, to transport goods from one place to another place. What will they use? Some containers. So after transporting they will take it back again. So some for that material we are not, there is no need of sales view. See, so this availability check, all those things, these things we will see once we will face the situation, then we will see. Purchasing related data, these are the same things. MRP, this is the ND, no planning required. See, here you can see valuation class, it automatically took 3050 returnable packaging. So for each material type there is some separate valuation class will be there. So just see, LEIH was created. So this is the material master, totally in brief how it will look, and in depth we will see in next video. We will see in depth with respect to each and every configurations, and whatever things we have seen now, we will do it in back end also. So we will cover all the configurations related to material master.